Welcome to CTV News Your Canada. It is Wednesday, March the 4th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
Toronto Stadium is hosting 6 matches during the World Cup, and everyone wants to get inside. To guarantee yourself a seat, you must buy a hospitality ticket, but it is pricey. A Champions Club ticket for Canada's first match will cost you more than $6,000. That same ticket for Panama versus Croatia is going for under $3,500.
As a host city, we are not managing ticket sales or the promotion of tickets or how the tickets come out.
The second official way to get a ticket is through the last-minute sales window. It opens in early April. Tickets will be sold on a first-come, first-served basis. The third way is through resale. Tickets originally purchased by other fans who want to sell them will be available on FIFA's portal when it reopens on April 2nd at 11 a.m. Eastern.
I encourage people to still get online. You never know if there will be another phase that pops up.
The City of Toronto is also raffling 26 pairs of tickets. Donate between $26 and $260. The more you give, the more entries you get. Every dollar will go towards building mini pitches in equity-deserving neighborhoods. The campaign closes on March 15th at midnight. While fans scrimmage for tickets, out-of-town visitors are scouting hotel prices.
And there's definitely many price points of accommodations. We saw similar comparisons when Taylor Swift was here in Toronto.
Let's look at the prices. Hotel X is the closest to Toronto Stadium. On May 1st, a room is going for $428, while on the day of Canada's first match, the hotel is fully booked. The Shangri-La is booking rooms in May for around $559. On June 12th, the same room is nearly $2,000, and you have to commit to staying 2 consecutive nights.
There is definitely plenty of hotels outside of the downtown core. Mississauga, Brampton, Vaughan, Markham.
The FIFA World Cup can be expensive, but you can also make money by taking a break from the action. Airbnb is offering an incentive where if you're a new host on the platform and rent out your place by the end of July, the company will give you an extra $1,000. That's on top of the money you'll get from your guests.
We're really working hard to make sure the visitors that are here for the games are digging much deeper into the city. It might be their first time in the city, or maybe they're coming back, but it's an opportunity for hundreds and thousands of businesses to benefit from these visitors that are coming in.
Whether you're cheering or cashing in, this World Cup is already paying off. Another pillar of the World Cup experience here in Toronto is going to be FanFest. That will take place just down the road at Fort York and the Bentway under the Gardiner. There will be a capacity for 20,000 people. The games will be shown on the big screen. There will be art, music, culture. It will be kid-friendly, an all-ages event, and free for everyone to attend. Reporting live, I'm Rahim Ladhani. Michelle, back to you.
Great information. Thank you, Rahim.
Ken Murphy started collecting records as a child after his father brought home a Beatles album.
Some say it's a life misspent. I prefer to think it's a life full of passion.
It sparked a lifelong obsession with collecting and archiving artifacts and recorded music, which Murphy has now turned into a public gallery.
About 15 years ago, I realized that I had reached a critical mass in my collection. And there were patterns in my collection that needed to be explored.
The Vinyl-Centric Gallery's first exhibit, called Phonosphere, covers the period from 1948, when vinyl LPs debuted, to 1978. The exhibit showcases historic Canadian-made record players and offers a glimpse into the culture of the time.
Most record players were purchased during this era in appliance and furniture stores, not stereo stores or audio stores. And Mum was in charge of that process because we were buying furniture and it had to fit into her decor.
The museum highlights the birth and growth of Canada's recorded music scene, which until the early 1960s was almost non-existent. The Vinyl-Centric Gallery and Archive is also digitizing Murphy's over 100,000 record collection of vinyl LPs.
I figure I'll be scanning for about 5 years, 5 days a week. I usually get in about 8 o'clock in the morning, I scan till 3 or 4.
A visit to the museum features a curated background soundtrack of Motown, funk, disco, and rap. Murphy says he plans to add listening booths in a future phase. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
So then I went to Maxi, I went to Super C.
Mena St. Onge went to 3 grocery stores to find cottage cheese. Finally, Esposito's in NDG had some in stock.
I'm diabetic. It's a good source of protein for me.
It's a good source of protein for everybody, and that's why cottage cheese is trending on social media lately. Sylvain Charlebois says young people are eating it up.
The beauty of the TikTok trend related to cottage cheese is that it made the ingredient versatile. You can do a lot of different things. You can actually, make breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts, snacks, and that's what makes the cottage cheese issue so popular.
Popular enough that shelves are bare in some stores. Sylvain Beaulieu says he has some in stock, but not as much as he should have.
I have 2 delivery a week about the milk, and I don't receive. I receive other things, man, not the cottage cheese.
He adds that the price at Esposito's hasn't been impacted yet. CTV reached out to Agripure, makers of Seal Test cottage cheese, who said their plant is operating at full capacity and they even have plans to increase production. Meanwhile, registered dietitian and nutritionist Kim Airy has a healthy alternative to suggest.
Cottage cheese is an excellent source of protein. It also comes with some calcium, and potassium. Those are all good things that we need. So it's great. I think it's comparable to Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt? That's another trend.
I don't do TikTok. I don't watch TikTok. All I know is that I'm surprised that they're out of cottage cheese. Like, what is that?
It's the first time St. Onge has heard of her old staple making this many new fans. Christine Long, CTV News.
That's how cream goes from liquid to solid.
Welcome to Notre Dame Creamery, where 105 years of churned history continues.
To my understanding, it is, if not the last creamery in Manitoba, this small town creamery, it is among the very last.
It was first built in 1921 by Saint Boniface Dairy in Notre Dame des Lourdes, with several owners over the years, including Boswell Cheese and Gay Lee. Now, Lebanese Manitoban Joseph Shaban continues the legacy after buying the creamery from the Ontario company.
They didn't know what they wanted to do with the plant because they had around 14 plants across Canada, but they wanted to keep it going because they are a cooperative and they didn't want to see it close down because a lot of history is here.
Shaban, a second-generation dairy scientist, makes churned, salted, and unsalted butter with about 10 employees hired from the area.
Just so you know, this is around 1,900 pounds of butter.
Bernard Busk, aka Barney the Butterman, has worked at the creamery for 17 years. He says the future looks bright and they'll keep the operation going as long as they can.
Every person that comes in says the same thing. It's like, it's the best butter in Manitoba. It's like, so it's like, you do the old tap on their shoulder, and it's like you just keep with the recipe that you were told to follow.
Shaban says locals welcomed his family when they took over the creamery. His partner was a Syrian refugee who settled in Canada with help from Manitobans. Now, Shaban says it's time to give back by expanding the business.
We're getting equipment to come in to help us scale up, and we're hoping that we can employ more people in Notre Dame and the surrounding areas.
Harrison Shin, CTV News, Notre Dame des Lourdes, Manitoba.
For most of Shane Fear's life, he's never had to deal with changing to daylight saving time.
I'm from Saskatchewan originally, and so over there they've never had it as far as I know. Well, it takes a little thinking, spring forward, fall back. What does that mean exactly? It's not a big deal. It's only an hour, right? But at the same time, I feel it's unnecessary.
And the British Columbia NDP government agrees. BC is now switching to permanent daylight time. But this sleep expert says sticking to standard time is best for our health.
The time that we're in now is, the normal time that's dictated by the sun. A lot of people are already sleep deprived, so this kind of worsens that. But also the fact that we're getting more light in the evening, it actually suppresses our sleeping hormones that kind of rise before bedtime and pushes our bedtimes and our sleep times later as well.
As for Ontario, Premier Ford has stated the province is ready to follow BC's lead, but with a major condition: only if Quebec and New York State also follow suit. In a statement from the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, they say, While some may be relieved not to change the clocks each year, the lack of coordination with other jurisdictions risks causing confusion and disruption.
The Canadian Federation of Independent Business was upset with the move away from the time change. And when you have different time zones, it increases the chance that that becomes complicated and difficult. So it increases the friction in business transactions, or increases the chances that, your scheduling is going to be disrupted from, an inability to deal with that time change.
Most Ottawa residents we spoke to are in favor of doing away with changing the clocks.
You get screwed up when you have to change your sleep. So don't change your sleep patterns. Everything will be fine.
I absolutely hate it. I don't understand why we have to do that. And everyone's system gets out of whack.
It's a pain. I don't mind the fall back, but the spring ahead's a pain.
I think I'm pretty adaptable myself, so I don't know that I have a real opinion on the matter.
For most Canadians, clocks spring ahead 1 hour this Sunday morning at 2 a.m.
I would like to stop switching. Stop switching. Just keep it, leave it alone.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Steve Smith's journey as a barista has come a long way from the days he was basically grilling beans in his own backyard.
And I started roasting in a stainless steel drum roaster that was inside of a barbecue grill.
From there, Smith went to the farmer's market where he sold under the name Bungalow Beans. Eventually, he hit the road and slung coffee out of a vintage camper. These days, though, he's parked his product in downtown Sydney, where he's set up shop in this well-known building called the Whale House.
It's a beautiful space. There's other food vendors here throughout the week. I absolutely love it. The people are superior. I love it here.
While selling out of his own space was years in the making, Smith admits that business the first couple of months has been a bit of a slow drip, though a steady one, too.
And I think I picked the best and worst time to start a cafe. It's downtown Sydney. It's the dead of winter. It's very quiet. And people say that that's the worst time to start. It's very slow. But in reality, this is what you need to see.
While Smith and his new cafe are now reasonably rooted here in downtown Sydney, his journey to becoming a Cape Bretoner in the first place has been a long and interesting road.
So I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I was in the U.S. Navy for 20 years, and we actually left the Kingdom of Bahrain, which is in the news right now, and you can see the base that I was stationed on currently. And we retired from the military and came here to Cape Breton, where my wife is from.
Happy to call Cape Breton home, Smith loves keeping busy. He also works as a real estate agent, but finds time to run this place as a one-person show Monday to Friday. Hopeful that with a bit more growth, he might get closer to his ultimate vision as an entrepreneur.
Where I can get a couple of employees and finally have my own cafe someplace. That's my goal.
From the backyard barbecue to these bricks and mortar, for now, it's a jolt of Java worth celebrating. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
2,100 athletes from all across the province, including their friends and families, are in the city of Windsor for the OFSAA Swimming Championships. This is one of 4 OFSAAs here in the region this spring. Sports tourism, alive and kicking.
We just like to host it here. We're proud of our city. We like bringing people here as often as we can.
Hotels and restaurants are busy as visitors explore the city.
The fact that there's hotels that are so close by is fantastic. And we can walk to the pool and have restaurants. We're excited for going for dinner this afternoon in Sandwich Town. So we're super excited. Yeah, we're happy to be here.
It's just a great place to have it. There's a great community here. There's a really good environment for swimming. I truly love this pool.
Thankful that we're able to host it here in the city in our world-class facility.
Swimmers like the riverfront.
First time seeing the view. It's really nice.
I've never seen Detroit before, so it's pretty cool.
I watched the sun come up this morning, and it was actually really nice looking over and seeing the skyline. Swag is selling like hotcakes.
In this case, the brand new Gordie Howe Bridge is built into the design to make it special and unique for the athletes.
This is the 5th time Windsor has hosted OFSAA swimming.
Swappies helped us out a ton, so I have contacts through them. They've helped us coordinate hotels. They gave us all the bags for all the teams that came in. It's just nice to kind of have that contact and promote Windsor.
It's a phenomenal facility. It has everything we need to host an event of this size. Secondly, the experience of Danielle and her committee. Second to none.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy in the management side of hosting a meet of this size. But we've done it before, and we will probably do it again if they allow us to.
Holy Names is hosting the OFSA Senior Girls Volleyball Championships next week. Villanova has boys and girls hockey later this month, and St. Anne brings baseball to the area.
It's over a year of planning, and everybody plays a pivotal role in having it all run smoothly. And then without our volunteers and our student volunteers, it just doesn't happen.
You get to showcase all of your facilities, and when you have people like Danielle and her group running them, it makes it easy for us to say yes.
The OSWA Swimming Championships continues here at the Aquatic Center tomorrow. We'll have more from On the Sidelines in the newscast Wednesday. At the Aquatic Center, Bob Belichico, CTV News.
Anyone who enjoys watching snowmobile racing will be in for a treat at a pro snowcross event in Timmins.
We have some pro racers coming from northern Quebec. We do have 2 or 3 coming from the United States, like Dylan Rose races in ice hockey over there. He's racing this year with Rose Racing here in Timmins. So it should be a pretty good show. Yeah.
Races are scheduled for Saturday and Sunday, and all will take place at a new location for the event on Airport Road across from Mikey's General Sales.
Some changes this year, not being able to use facilities in like the Hollinger Park like we did last year. Some renos going on there. So we ended up finding a new place. Paul Woodward from Blackfield's Topsoil was able to give us his property, and that's awesome because the event's still happening this year.
Organizers say 100 teams bring in about 1,000 people who spend anywhere from $800,000 to $1 million during their stay. And for that reason, the Timmins Economic Development Corporation and the Municipal Accommodation Tax Selection Team want to support Snowcross Timmins.
We were able to give them $50,000 because it really helps. This is a big boost to our hotel industry. People, when you look, some of the hotels from the south don't quite understand what snowmobiling is, and then snowcross racing is a completely different beast on its own, and they're just great economic drivers in the north.
And for those with a vintage snow machine that still runs, there's a special class just for you.
So there's the ditch banger on Sunday. It's an open class. It's awesome to have locals come out. Your snowmobile has to be 25 years and older. You can sign up on Saturday manually at the ticket trailer here and come out and race. It could be an old sled. There's a few safety conditions, obviously, that you have to have, like a kill switch and stuff like that. But it's a cool show.
Keep in mind this is not a free event. Tickets are available for purchase. Races will also take place in Sault Ste. Marie in April. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
This career fair is a bit more in-depth than most. Norquest College hopes it will help students navigate a more difficult market.
So we would require you to be away from home for those weeks at a time.
From searching for postings to making sure you have an online presence and negotiating your first contract, organizers say landing that first job is different than it used to be.
This is a great opportunity for them to review and see what a good profile would look like, and because it's a game, it's easier for them to remember.
Norquest computer science students developed a game for the day, which they say helps impart important information better. It uses AI to determine how successful an applicant will be based on different factors and phrases in their online profiles, photos, and resumes.
The game will give you an opportunity to select your photo and a professional bio, which will be attracted to the recruiter.
We know that the job market is tight for everybody right now. We want to give our students the best possible shot.
Big smile, yeah, you got it.
Getting the best possible shot also involves having the best possible headshot, which is where professional photographers come in. While new technology helps, participants say it's also good to know how to do things the old-fashioned way.
Networking doesn't hurt. If they know a guy, that can help me get a job, right?
So have you heard of St. Albert? Like the city of St. Albert? We want people that truly can represent the best of us and to come to our school division.
St. Albert Public Schools is one of the recruiters here today, looking for candidates for new educational assistant positions.
And even right now, because we just got new complexity funding from the government, there's already some EA positions that are outposted now.
With those and other jobs up for grabs, Norquest says job fairs are more high stakes than in years past. Organizers hope this one will set students up for success.
Let them know, hey, I'm not your average student. I've got that experience. I've got that professionalism. And here's putting my best foot forward.
Cutting a pathway through a competitive market. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
In this Regina gym, an elementary girls basketball game has become one part of a potential Guinness World Record, but not due to the performance of any player. Aptly known as Big Mike, Michael Martirana runs up and down the floor at the spry age of 80 as he attempts to be the oldest active basketball official in the world.
I love basketball, and that's what it is.
Growing up on the streets of the Bronx, New York, basketball has been in Martirana's life for more than 7 decades.
We played almost every day.
He continued to hoop well into his 50s.
That's a good call. You're making a
foul in number 11.
As a former teacher and high school coach, he didn't start his career as a referee until almost his 60s.
I never liked referees at all. I didn't like them. I thought they were unfair, unjust, didn't know what they were doing. But when I became one, I became more appreciative of the job that they do.
Attempting the world record, his daughter's idea.
And she said, "Dad, how are your knees?" I said, "They're okay. I've had 2 knee surgeries, replacements, right? And your legs?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, still fairly strong."
To earn the title, he has had to confirm his age with Guinness and provide proof he is working official games through game sheets and video.
The last requirement, they said to me, was, we want you to do 1 game a month for the entire basketball season. That's all, 1 game a month. Easy peasy, I can do that.
The job is a labor of love for the veteran official. He's quick to offer advice and encouragement in-game to the young players.
If there was, 3 seconds in the key, he tells them what they did, and he takes the time to help the kids learn and grow.
Those are fouls?
These are fouls. No, these are fouls.
And now finds the most joy in mentoring younger referees like JL.
I don't think anyone would be able to beat his record for a long time, so I think he's a one-of-a-kind kind of ref.
Passing along his decades of knowledge to the next generation.
This helps somebody. This helps people, kids, especially the kids. I really care about them becoming better.
And 1 month out from his 81st birthday, Martirana has no plans to hang up the whistle anytime soon.
And someone said to me, well, if you get the Guinness Book of World Records and next year you come back and you do it, you can break your own record. I never thought about that. I didn't think about it in those terms. I said, well, I'll just keep doing it as long as I can do it.
Donovan Mace, CTV News, Regina.
When she first decided to try open ocean swimming, Malia Machman had to face a fear.
There's a seaweed.
You don't like seaweed?
No.
Having seaweed unexpectedly wrap around your leg can be startling, Coach Susan Simmons says, especially seeing as Malia is legally blind.
You're in the ocean and you can't see the shore very well and you don't know what's below you.
Despite that, Malia got so good at her sport.
Good job, Malia.
She regularly swims more than 4 hours straight.
That's amazing.
And was a finalist for the World Open Water Swim Association's Athlete of the Year.
She's the first known person with Down syndrome to swim 10 kilometers in the ocean in the world.
Competing at such a high level requires specific fueling, which proved to be a challenge with Malia's limited vision.
She has to make her own meals. Using the stove is not safe, so we started a little raw cooking class.
Malia started reimagining how to prepare her favorite food, and with Susan's help, created a week's worth of healthy recipes, all prepared in a unique way.
It's uncooked food in a jar. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a jar, and they're very simple.
Malia enjoyed it so much, making everything from chili with nut protein to spaghetti with zucchini noodles, that she published a cookbook.
I'm so happy for a cookbook.
So other people with Down syndrome, whether they're athletes or not, can be more independent and feel more self-confident.
So proud of myself and happy.
Although there's no seaweed in Malia's cookbook, the meals she now makes on her own will ensure that no matter what challenge she encounters in the ocean, she can keep swimming forward.
She's fearless, and she pretty much overcomes everything that she needs to.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Langford.